Hey guys, how's it going? Back working on the Shelby again, and today we'll be doing some fuel pumps. Last time I was at the dyno, on the pull, the fuel pressure was getting dangerously low. The car still has the stock pumps in it, so it's a 2010. The pumps are 15 years old, and they've had a booster pump on them, so that's not good for fuel pump life. So we're going to be upgrading the pumps, but first we got to take out the old ones. Show me a good tip where you just unhook the fuel pumps and then try to start the car and run it till it runs out of fuel pressure. That way you don't need to worry about anything in the lines. So I'm just going to do that right now. Done. No fuel pressure. Excellent. Now we can disconnect the battery. Now this is pretty dirty, so I'm just gonna spray it down quick with some cleaner just to eliminate the amount of dirt that gets in the tank. Alright, figured out a great place for my light, and you can see how nice and clean it is. Now to get the lines off, supposed to squeeze this one. Hang on a second. Alright, now let's squeeze this. Okay, it's off. Now we just have to get this green ring off. Okay, grabbed a nice screwdriver. You're not supposed to use as a chisel, but here we go. There it goes. Beautiful. Bonk. Pops off. Okay, here's the ring. Leave that off to the side. Alright. Now, this should come out. Should. Okay. All right. So now you see an arrow on here. So I'm just going to make sure that I mark it to go in the same spot. Okay, there's an arrow here. Let's see if I can show you guys. It's an arrow here, so I'm just going to mark it. And then I'm going to mark this tank. There. It's approximately where it lines up. Okay, now let's get this sending unit out. Alright guys, after struggling, I'm going to try to release this fuel line. There's a green clip here. Just got to press on it. Trying. Not easy, guys. Jesus Christ. Alright. Alright guys, after much struggling, I have the fuel pump sending unit out. So all the videos that I've been watching are for GTs, and they only have one fuel pump, and these have two, so it's a little bit more of a struggle to get it out, just all the extra lines and stuff. But anyways, on to the good news. Fuel sending units out, and here's what we're upgrading to: the new Deatschwerks fuel pumps. This is a plug-and-play kit, apparently. So it's the stock pumps are supposed to be 255 liters per hour, and these are each 340. So it's about a 30% increase in fuel. So that should get me past my low pressure at full wide open throttle problem. And by the way, they have a really good instruction manual here, so I will be following it to the T, and we're going to get the fuel pumps in there. Alright guys, so new pumps are in. That was actually the easiest part about this whole thing so far. Not looking forward to wrestling this back in, but other than that, it was very easy. Hopefully I'm happy with the performance of them. Should be. So let's get this back in the car. Well guys, I got really good news. Fuel pump's in, and it was way easier putting it in than it was taking it out. So I'm going to cycle the key a couple times before I put it all back together, make sure that the pump is supplying fuel to the engine. Alright guys, got the car, we're in the car, got the battery hooked up, see if we can hear the pumps going. Yep. I hear the pumps. Cycle the key 4 times, see what happens. So I did notice that it did say 0 kilometers to empty, but I did have it very, very, very low. I think it was only at 10 or 12 when I emptied it, or when I took the car apart, so that is extremely low. I'll have to see if the fuel level comes back up after we fill it up with gas. But thanks for watching guys, success, I'll talk to you later, bye.